And that's where Digital Domain came in. They created and composited literally hundreds of elements into the departure sequence, from digital birds, computer-generated water and CG smoke, to background paintings of the pier and the sky. We then added digital people to their 40-foot model ship. And scores of waving extras were shot against green screen in parking lots and placed in the foreground of the shots. All of these effect shots had to blend perfectly with our live-action shots of the set to sell the illusion that the great ship was on its way. Turntable at Digital Domain. And the turntable and a slight camera move exaggerated the move, so when we're coming off of them, that was all done against green screen, and they were then composited onto the model of the ship. And as we pull back to a certain point where we couldn't move the camera anymore, they transitioned from live people against a green screen into CG computer-generated characters.
Car or something like that to pull that thing. When that shot went off, it looked so real. When we saw it in dailies, we were just amazed the way everything blew in there, and that was a lot of fun.
We dumped a load of ice down a chute on the deck of our big set using a motion control camera and a big piece of green screen behind the set. We then shot our miniature iceberg with the same camera move on a motion control stage with interactive lighting from together into the final shot.
It wasn't designed very well for the flooding sequence because they had no capacity to relieve the water once it poured in. So we just shot this thing as the events were happening, and each take we did, it got more.
Look good, they have to be perfect because they're being cut right next to real actual footage of these same submarines against the real Titanic.
We wouldn't have to explain it as it was actually happening. And even though the death convulsions of the Titanic were very technical, Jim condensed it down so when it was happening, you'd know exactly what was happening with the sinking of the ship, the breaking up, the stern